Hello everyone guys, I have hello everyone and guys, both at once, okay? So hello everyone, let me rewind. So in this video I will try to show you how to utilize Alva for making some money. So, I have a video in which I have showed you a way of converting your gold into, exalted. And I think most people thought that I was going to go over Alva in that video. I just went over something, you know, trivial, like, buying maps from Doriani and converting them to tier 15s and selling those tier 15s. And of course, it's a very inefficient method. But, in that video, guys, what I had in mind was, someone that played the game a little, doesn't really, understand the complicated mechanics beyond behind this alva flipping thing. You are level 85, right? You are dying all the time, you can't level anymore, you are sitting on a few million gold. And yeah, that's why I did that video. But of course, in hindsight, I disregarded how petty GGG is. I didn't think Doriani as a vendor would and refresh his inventory only when you level, right? That's the case. So that video actually is, not a very good idea. You can still utilize it a little bit, but anyway, let's go into Alva. So guys, currencies can be bought and sold at Alva, right? I mean, the currency exchange, of course, but we just say Alva because what most people use is Alva. There are, of course, other vendors that grant you access to the currency exchange. So it costs gold, right, to do this. But generally, if you do this, normally the gold cost will not hurt you much. I mean, if you are standing in your base at all times, not playing, then at some point, of course, the gold will, be drained. But there is a very good method for making gold: just buy maps and sell them. Maps have a very high vendor price. From a single inventory, you can rack up to like 700,000 gold. Alva is going to cost you a considerable amount of gold only if you sell something for a lot of currency. For example, if you convert divines into exalted, or if you convert mirror into divines, then the cost would be really high. I mean, let me just show you divine into exalted. See, single divine is costing me 36,000, right? I mean, if I convert, I don't know, like 100 divine, that's going to cost 3.6 million, and that would be not sustainable. So, do try to avoid that. But the other stuff, it's going to be, really small amounts of gold. So, this would be efficient. So, what are you doing here, guys? Let me try to find an example. We could do river catalysts are popular. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. Let me do exalted. So guys, exalteds versus river catalysts, right? So I'm going to give you a little trick here, guys. You might not know this. If you haven't, it's going to be useful. If you mouse over with on the market ratio with Alt, it will also show you competing offers. See, it's beautiful. So guys, what does this mean? So if I want to get my hands on river catalyst, I have to pay approximately 7 exalted orbs per. And if this trade, this one on top, were to be fulfilled, right? If someone bought these, I mean, the competing offers are these. So people are paying like 550. So what I can do is, guys, I can offer something in between to buy myself a few. So for example, let me put up a buy your order at 6, let's say, I mean 30 exalted for 5. So, and of course, guys, this will take time. So the closer the offer that you make, right, the higher chances. As you can see, guys, I am, see, even though, I mean, that was a little bit quick and lucky, guys. So even though the market was showing me, 7 exalted per, I actually managed to pay 6 per, right? So now let's try to sell these river catalysts. That was really lucky, by the way. don't think that this would be the default experience. Sometimes you will have to wait. So guys, the thing is, the more you deviate from what's being displayed to you as the odd, the more you'll wait. And sometimes, guys, if you get too greedy or you get unlucky, you can wait infinite, right? Your order may just not realize at all. So let's take a look at this. So we have both these at 6, right? I obviously want to sell it for more than 6. So let's take a look at the offers. Okay. So there are people buying at 550. So guys, what I want is, I want to put it up at such a price that, people will buy my mind. So as you can see, there is only 3 that are being sold for 6, and there is nothing that's being sold between 6 and 680, right? So let me try 660, right? Right? Let me put it up. And now we wait. So I had bought these for 30, right? And I am selling these for 33. GG, 3 exalted profit, right? And again, I will say though, right, this is very lucky. This is not even an item I have been working on. This was pretty lucky. And guys, so that was, and take a look at the gold cost. 4,000 here, right? And let's do the other way around, how much I spent. I spent approximately 7,000 gold for 3 exalted, right? Which means around 3,000. It can go much, much better, of course, right? But that's how it goes. You take a look at these, right? You decide what you want to go for. So for example, guys, as you can see, there's a huge gap, right? People are buying for 550. There is a lot that's being bought for 550, and people are trying to sell at 7. So there is a huge gap. So for example, I can again buy for 6 if I want, right? Because if someone puts anything for 6, my offer will be the one that's grabbing that one, right? Again. So, that's basically it. And you can also, if you have the currency, you can go for bigger stuff. As you can see, I am going for the bigger stuff here. This one is botched, as you can tell, right? I was trying to buy the most expensive Omen here at a bargain at 633, but it decided to go insane. And thing is, guys, when I was trying to buy it, it was about 680 or something, right? And that was about 1 hour ago. So from 680, it went to almost 780, right? It gained 1 divine in value over 1 hour, right? That could lead you to getting screwed. So, don't risk the currency that you cannot afford to lose here. Do not go all in, right? Invest a casual amount, right? And for example, you leave always, 1 or 2 divine floating around for yourself, because, let's say you find a very nice weapon that you want to buy. It costs 1 divine, but you have invested everything in here. Then that would become frustrating, right? Always leave some currency floating. So yeah, this was failed. So let's take a look at this one. Guys, take a look at this. So in order for my order to fulfill, there will, and I can't even see in between, but there will have to be 10,000 of sales to be done. Because take a look at this. These people, so there are about 4,000 purchases here that want to buy it at 7 and above. And I'm trying to buy it at 633. And you can be assured that there will be more than 10,000 offers in between, right? Between 7 and 630. So this offer probably is not going to get realized. The gold will be wasted. But take a look at the amount I wasted. Sorry. I have wasted 6,000 gold. Big deal, right? 2 items being sold to vendor. And see, it dropped a little bit. I will sit on it for a few days, maybe. I will see. So I bought this Witling, right? I'm trying to sell it at 5. The price is at 483. And yeah, so 486 is a big block for me. But thing is, guys, sometimes you will become a bit of an expert on certain stuff that you flip all the time, and maybe I cannot claim that, but I have done Wittlings quite a bit, and Wittlings go back and forth quite a bit, and they eventually hit 5, right? 5 per. So that's why I'm sitting on it. If you recall my videos from the previous days, I actually had like 40 or something Wittling, right? Which I bought for a little bit lower, and I was selling them at 5. So guys, if you buy them at 460 per, right, then per 5 Wittlings you will be making a 2 divine profit, right? So imagine guys, you pay 23 divine, 460 for 5 Wittlings, and then you sell those 5 Wittlings at 5 each, returning you how much now? 25 divine, right? So that is 2 divine profit. And let's calculate the gold cost per exalted there, right? So I pay 23 divine for 5 Wittling. I pay 4,600 gold, right? And I do the opposite. So I pay about 25,000 gold, right? And I profit 2 divine, which is 600 exalted in today's prices, right? And 600 exalted, 25,000 gold, which would be 40 gold per exalted. Am I making it right? 25,000 yields a profit of 600 exalted. Remove the zeros, that would be 250 over 6. Yeah, for 40 gold, guys. 40 gold, right? So, why did I not talk about this in the other day's video? As I said, I did that video. I targeted people that were, out of campaign, stepping into the end game, rather new to the game. They are sitting on out of gold. They don't know what to do with it other than gambling. So that was another option, right? But there is also this, which is pretty lucrative. But of course, that kind of investment, the one I'm talking about, requires you to have some divines already, right? And thing is, guys, because you are making your fraction by the profits, it requires you to have a lot of divine, right? It's not like, you can buy it for 1 divine and sell it for 2, right? That's reserved for regular trades, right? You can do that, right? You can find a decent bow, you can buy it for 1 divine and then sell it for 2, right? That kind of profit margin is almost unreachable in this place, right? 100%, because you are making money off money, right? And therefore the profit margins will have to be a little bit more, no more logical, right? But still, guys, I mean, 23 divine, you buy 5 Wittling, then you sell the 5 Wittling at 25. But for example, that kind of stuff not only requires currency, also requires patience, right? So for example, I sat on those like 30 Wittlings for like 3 days, right? And that's why I suggested that I advise you guys to not go all in, right? I mean, if you are going to make that kind of risky investment that will realize over a long time, then you should have some stuff lying around to buy whatever it is that you need. But of course, you can also, reduce the profit margin for faster realization, right? So for example, you could buy the 5 Wittlings at 23 divine and you can sell those 5 Wittlings for 24 divine, or buy them at 24 and sell at 25, right? And obviously, the smaller your margin is, the faster the realization will come. I don't like working on this all day, so I go for a little bit more liberal profit rates at the cost of time. But as I said, always keep in mind that it could go the wrong way around. So guys, I had this with Mirror, right, in season 0. Last warning, then I will conclude the video. So guys, I had gained a Mirror final, right? I traded, finally made a lot of currency, bought myself a Mirror, and then the devil poked me. I'm like, why do I not sell this, right? I mean, I bought it for, I don't know, like 1,300 divine maybe at the time. Why do I not sell this, right? And I think I bought it at 1,400, so I tried to sell it at 1,500, which is 100 divine profit, guys. And imagine the mirror was almost my everything when I bought it. So that gives me 7%, total profit, right? I mean, there are not too many trades that you can profit by 7% on your entire wealth, right? So, for example, that would mean like, 40, 50 divine for me, right? 40, 50 divine in profit, right? Huge. I'm on, around the 600 neighborhood right now. So, guys, I sold my mirror for 1,500 or whatever it was, right? At a nice profit. I think I sold it at a 50 divine profit, right? Not, it wasn't huge. It wasn't 100. Anyway, thing is, guys, I'm like, no, because I'm smart, right? I try to buy it another. Nope. It just decided to skyrocket, right? So I made my 50 divine profit, but I wanted the mirror back, right? Because I want to have a mirror, right? I wasn't going to use it or whatever, right? I just wanted to be on possession of one mirror, right? And then I had to pay 200 divine extra to buy it, right? And of course, I was very raw, right? The stupid 50 divine profit I made returned to me in form of 200 divine loss. And of course, guys, the human greed. I'm like, I'm going to make out on this loss, right? Then I go, insane, and I sell that mirror for 100 divine higher than what I bought it for. And that sale went through, right? So I made 100 divine profit. So I bought another at plus 50, whatever it is, right? And finally, guys, I have made quite a little profit on those mirrors, right? I was doing nothing. I was just buying and selling mirrors, but keep in mind, mirrors, when you are buying mirrors, the cost is fine, right? It's like 20,000 gold. When you are selling the mirrors, it costs like about 3 million gold, right? It's not very sustainable. But as I said, you can make the gold by selling tier 15 maps. So if you are making 100 divine, you can just buy some maps to make for that gold, right? Because that's going to cost like 1 or 2 divine, maybe, right? The amount of maps that you need to sell to do the transaction. But yeah, the lesson of the story is, guys, the item could go down a lot, the item could go up a lot, and the trade might never be realized, right? The trade that you were planning on. So always keep that in mind, right? But if you are, very familiar with your item, I am somewhat familiar with the whittlings. So whittlings go low and high, but they hit 5 at some point. So, I never withdrew my orders, and finally they all sold, but it did take time. So yeah, that's about it, guys. And you can do it on anything, right? You can do it for stuff that is more appropriate for your budget. So if your budget is, for example, exalted, you can do, I don't know, catalyst, you can do expedition, artifacts, you could do exotic coinage, whatever it is, right? So the variance, the fluctuation is going to make you profit. And as you keep learning, you can say stuff like, okay, this is a little bit low, right? I will buy all of these, right? Maybe you buy hundreds of these, whatever it is, right? And then when it goes back, you can make a nice profit. And so, guys, just knowing 1 or 2 items properly can yield a lot of profit. And of course, as you keep making profits, you will get richer, and then you can turn your eye and aim on more valuable stuff. That's generally how it's done, right? It can be a nice passive source of income, but do not keep this screen open and keep taking a look at it at all times. You just put your stuff in, then you wait until your orders get realized, you're fulfilled, right? That's about it. And I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.